Oh, yeah.
Morning.
Good morning.
It is Thursday. It's the 11th. Why do I always blank? It's the 11th of April. And more Brexit, lads. Halloween. Woo! We'll come back to that in a sec. Weather today, it's going to be generally dry. A little bit different to yesterday. The few kind of drizzly spells we had and a few showers yesterday evening. We won't see many of them today. We won't see a whole pile of sunshine, mind you, either. But temperatures up around 14 or 15 again, so not bad.
Some of the front page stories in our papers this morning, well, most of them are about the FAI or Brexit today. So front page of the Irish Daily Mail today, after 7 or 8 hours of so-called explanations yesterday at the Oireachtas committee hearing, nothing really was explained. And now, according to the Irish Daily Mail, TD, senators and the public still baffled this morning as to how the FAI was so broke that John Delaney had to lend it €100,000. How on earth did the FAI end up utterly broke, asks the Daily Mail this morning. I didn't watch it now, Andy. I know you watched a lot of it, but I just was too bored. I listened to snippets and highlights and lowlights.
And you were better off. But, I mean, it basically came down to this. Can you tell me about X, Y and Z? That's an internal matter. Can you tell me about this? I'm not allowed to answer that. Yeah. Can you tell me about this? Legally can't talk about that. That's pretty much what it went on for about 4 hours.
They still managed to drag it out for 7 or 8 hours. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Some of Michael Healy-Rae's comments yesterday, which when I heard them, I thought he was being sarcastic, but he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Genuinely
he really
was in support of John Delaney and said he'll get a warm welcome in Kerry. So that's been quite controversial.
The mother of all warm welcomes.
The mother of all ones. How the Spice Girls are paying Posh Spice $2.5 million for not singing is another story in the Irish Daily Mail today. Now, I presume this is rights they have to pay her, is it?
I imagine probably is, yeah.
$2.5 million, that's all right, isn't it?
How bad, lads. On the front page of the Irish Times, EU offers UK 6-month extension to Brexit deadline. That's on the front page there. So Halloween is now when they're set to leave. 203 days away, just in case you're wondering. Also on the front page this morning, Kenny to take up first business role with investment fund. Enda Kenny is to be an advisor to a private equity group that will invest in Ireland. The Mayo TD will take up his first business-related role since stepping down as Taoiseach. That's also on the front page. He is still a TD, isn't he? He's a TD until the next
Somebody asked me this lately and I had to Google it.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Wouldn't hear much about him now these days.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, that's in the Irish Times this morning,
More in the FAI in the front page of the Times Ireland edition today. The board left in ignorance of loan to the FAI for 2 years. So the vast majority of board members of the FAI didn't know and were kept in the dark for almost 2 years about this €100,000 loan. Also a picture of a hole on the front page of the Times Ireland edition today. It's a picture of a black hole. The first image of a black hole shows the effect created when particles are accelerated by the gravity of 6 billion suns.
I watched the unveiling of this yesterday, right? I was kind of excited because I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd and I'm into this kind of stuff, kind of, for the bits I can understand. So they were like,
sci-fi.
So this is exciting, you guys, so... after like 20 minutes of introductions and statements and speeches, this guy goes, so here it is. So this is the first, next you press the button on this big screen, and this thing up pops this orangey black blob. And I was like, is that it? You've had a 6-hour press conference, all the press built up to this, and it's a blurry blob.
Yeah.
Now maybe I'm just being
It was only ever going to be a blurry blob.
I know.
It is a black hole.
I think that's what I probably expected, like this mad HD quality, something sucking shite into it. No, nothing.
Yeah, well, anyway. Stunning look into Galaxy's Heart of Darkness is the headline there with that photo on the front page of the Times today.
There was a guy actually on Sky and he's like, to Kay Burley of all people, this is so exciting. Really, really exciting. And I can kind of see her face kind of going, yeah. Anyway, the FAI also on the front page of the Examiner vows to do whatever it takes to get state funding back, and other nations are now looking to Ireland's abortion model is another headline on the front page there this morning. So the story goes that the emergency medical abortion has embedded well in the community, and typical women, the typical woman seeking the service has a family that is complete, and other countries are now saying, hang on a minute, maybe we can take a leaf out of Ireland's book and we can also implement something similar. So I'm not sure will there be people coming to visit and speak to our health professionals and so on, but there's talks of it in this morning's paper. Anyway, that's the Examiner this morning.
Some of the top trends this morning on Twitter, well, Andrew just mentioned it, Brexit extended until Halloween, so 31st of October is the new deadline. So yeah, we can imagine what the newspaper headlines will be like that day, particularly in the tabloids. They'll be good.
I've already seen one this morning that said, trick or treat, it's a Brexit retreat.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful. Tonight in Virgin Media Television is also trending with, we mentioned it already, Michael Healy-Rae's very controversial comments about John Delaney. Well, Michael clashed with Ivan Yates over those comments on the TV show.
Man United Barcelona also trending this morning. United lost 1-0 last night. I watched the game. United were absolutely brilliant last night, and Barcelona were terrible. And just a short lapse of concentration meant that an OG is how Barcelona won the game last night. Yeah, it wasn't the greatest game in the world, but Barcelona, by their own standards, Messi included, were just awful looking last night, which is a bad thing for Man United, because not only are they now 1-0 down, they now have to go to Spain, and Barcelona can't possibly play that bad again.
No, of course they
so
won't.
Anyway, yeah, so that was on last night. Warner Brothers are also in the papers this morning because they're suing Donald Trump. Who isn't?
What? Why?
He used the Batman music in a tweet.
Oh.
And they're like, hang on a minute. So the tweet had to come down.
Stop.
They reported Twitter for copyright, and now they're suing him. So I have the full details of it there somewhere, but yeah, he used the Batman music for whatever reason, and they're not happy.
No, I would imagine they're not too happy.
Yeah.
Did you tell me about the Derry Girls playlist, or was that somebody else?
Somebody else, I'd say.
So you can now get a playlist of all the brilliant 90s tunes used in, it's a Spotify playlist, 100 tunes I think it is.
Don't mention Spotify because they'll take it from us.
Really?
Yeah, people will listen to Spotify, not listen to us.
Nah, they won't.
You can listen, just not during 7 to 9.
So they've put together the 100 songs, so people are calling it bottled nostalgia.
Yeah,
it's a good idea, yeah.
The entire soundtrack from both series, and there is a series 3 which was confirmed yesterday now, is brilliant. It's just Cranberries feature quite a bit.
Yeah,
actually.
they do. Yeah, the Cranberries are in it quite a bit.
There's a story out of the UK this morning. So let me just say straight up from the front, this is not an Irish story, just in case anyone takes offence to this. But MPs, as in the people who are elected to represent in the UK, are the most likely to speed and drink drive in the UK, according to this new survey. And who's second on the list with 19.2% conviction rate? Radio presenters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, speeding and drink driving is a big problem in the UK, and radio presenters are right up there, along with sales directors, managing directors and operations directors, bailiffs, a money broker, a company chairman, a surgeon's at 9 and a chartered surveyor is at 10. All of those people are most likely to speed and or get caught for drink driving, so don't do it. But radio presenters, the speeding bit I totally get.
There was one winner of last night's jackpot, so somebody's won €6.4 million in the lotto. That's all right, isn't it?
Is that all?
I didn't do it actually.
Did I do it?
Definitely not me.
The fact that I don't remember doing it tells me I probably did.
I think I did it last Saturday night, but I didn't do it last night.
Although, not that I've won the jackpot, I would imagine, but I do have 3 lotto tickets in my car. I think.
We got to check them. Yeah. You've got the app, have you?
Yeah, but I don't trust the app.
Oh, okay.
I'll check the app, and if it says no, I'll still go to the shop and get it checked. Sad, isn't it? I know.
I feel a little bit like that too. Okay, we better get going here on Radio Kerry. We're live in about 2 minutes' time, and if you have anything exciting planned for today, Thursday, let us know, and we'll give you a mention here on the show.
Yeah, and with thanks to Ash's Honest God Black Pudding, 290 quid, lads. That's what we're at for Who's for Breakfast this morning. So, by the way, I had more of their sausages yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
Right, have a good day, and we'll try and give away that cash on the show this morning. Good luck.
Morning.
Good luck.